That'll be the latter part of this conversation. But to start with, what is going on with the PDP?
One thing that is very obvious from what we have seen is that the PDP's house is very much not in order. I mean, if a governor exited the party again, it tells us that whatever reconciliatory moves they are making are not bringing out any fruit as such. It's obvious that people feel they are being shut out. It's obvious that there are a lot of people who feel that some people are driving this party and they are not carrying us along. And that is what we are seeing in terms of people moving. Some people have talked about people being coerced or intimidated and all of that. I don't agree with that. That's not true. We've seen the case of Delta State. What intimidation has happened? Who has been taken to EFCC? Whose sins has been forgiven? I mean, it's just a matter of, and you see, I think I listened to something you mentioned about Wabara saying that this is the playbook of APC wanting a one-party state. That is not correct. Those are excuses for the failure of PDP. For me, PDP must sincerely and genuinely put its house in order. If not, we'll continue to see this ground a much more comfortable ground where they could secure their mandate in the next election.
It's quite interesting. You're saying the PDP should put its house in order. You're speaking as if the PDP is some other body outside of the people within the party. These are the people who should put the PDP in order.
The truth about it is that
the governor.
People are detached. People are already detached from the party. Even in Oyo State, just in Oyo State, not too long ago, we saw the resignation of Senator Hallelujah Osia. I mean, that tells you there are a lot of things that people are not incorporated in the system. There are so many people who are outside the fence, and there is no way you can have a reconciliatory move without bringing all of this together. And let me tell you one thing that's very interesting. Most of these are happening because some of these people want to move because they want this to happen before the PDP convention. So if it happens before then, before the PDP have its ESCO and all of that, they still have the excuses of the division within the party and all of that. And that is why you are seeing all of this. All of those that feel they are outside the fence want to take their leave.
Is this the case?
Exactly. And
help me make sense of this. For the governors who are leaving the party, you have the governors who are considered to be the leaders of the party in their state. What more are they looking for?
They are looking for continuity. They are looking for stability. And
what should continue? What are they trying to stabilize? Because they are the ones to stabilize the party within their states.
Now, the way PDP stands at the national, it is no longer a viable platform for election success, victory. And that's the most important. All these they are aligning with the center. It's just nonsense. The real issue it can't deliver electoral victory because there are a lot of orders, there are a lot of legal issues to be battled. It's not just about their states. As it is, if care is not taken, I'm emphasizing that PDP might not be able to feed any candidate at all. And some governors will not want to risk that. If you don't have a bigger aspiration beyond governorship for now, particularly first-time governors, what are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Particularly the other side of the fence. They keep dangling, juicy and enticing offers. So what are they waiting for? Why risk it all?
Free tickets.
You understand? So they have these free tickets. The same thing happening with the senators. It's just because PDP for now is not looking like a viable platform to contest and win election. That's just it.
So this disadvantage you're seeing in the PDP, it's an advantage to the APC. They look like a viable party to win elections come 2027.
That's a very long story, But the issue is, look, the man at the helm of the affair, he has an antecedent. He doesn't relinquish power easily. That's it. And everybody that is a politician, the most important thing to you is continuity. You want to remain in power. So the best option for now, so it seems, is to just align with the APC.
So it's not about the interest of the people.
Particularly if the ticket, I'm just telling you what is on ground.
It's about winning elections.
It's about winning election. Nigerian politicians majorly talk about the next election. We don't stop campaigning in Nigeria. We don't stop campaigning. That's just the truth.
I need to turn to you. There is this story written by Hans Christian Andersen. That's the Emperor's New Clothes. I don't know if you're familiar with that story about the Emperor meeting some magical weavers who said they could come up with some magical clothes to wear. And of course, the Emperor ended up walking through the town square naked. But there were those who were praising the Emperor that, oh, this is beautiful, and this and that and that and this. Don't you see that playing out for an APC also? A slippery slope for the APC, considering where you see an action by Governor Pueblo saying that excos who want to come into the executive meetings must come with a hat, having the symbol of the president. Is that not bordering on sycophancy?
Well, you see, the thing is this: APC can enjoy all of this for now, and I think I've said it before. I said the bubble will soon burst. It might not be before
even for the APC.
Yes, might not be before the elections, 2027 election, but this bubble will burst eventually. But they could go ahead and enjoy it, and for now have the fun and all of that. The thing is this: APC is just sitting pretty, and they are enjoying all the crisis on the other parties, and then they are benefiting from it. Yes, they might have there is the part of sycophancy. Yes, that is part of politics, and that is one very interesting part of politics that is unfortunate. Sycophancy is part of politics. There's this saying, "Demomowa, demomowa," So you have people who will tell you something. They will express some feelings to you. They will show an outward outlook to you. But ordinarily within themselves, they are not for you. But the interest, what is the interest they have? That interest is what is vital. And just like Ojasope mentioned, people are not looking at what are the people going to benefit. They are looking at the next election. These governors we are talking about, most of them are looking for second ticket. They are looking for another ticket. And they are looking for a viable platform to contest on. A platform where they will not have litigation throw away their victory. So these are the problems. It's not because they could not win their state being a sitting governor, but because when you win your state as a sitting governor, and then there's litigation about that victory
process,
then what happened? And then you lose it. So they are all being very careful, and they are looking at all the I's and the T's and making sure they take care of them before the time.
But is this not worrisome going into the next cycle? Does this not say something about the lack of credibility of the electoral process? If people will be concerned about litigations, I mean, if you win an election outrightly, why should you have a problem with it?
Oh, well, our laws have provided for some of those things, and our lawyers take advantage of them. If the litigations are there to say,
I mean, if the litigations, fine, you welcome them.
If you have a party whose secretary is not legally recognized by INEC and he signed your form to contest in an election, then the election is null and void. I mean, your candidacy is null and void, and that can be flunked in the court. So these are the things that some of these people are running away from.
Irrespective of the victory margin.
Exactly.
Irrespective of how many people love you to be in that office. So those are the things that will make people look. I don't want to go through all this rigor of winning this election only to throw it away because of all these issues that could have been resolved long before now.
Going by all of this that you've put forward, wouldn't it also make sense, going by this argument, that other state governors who align with the APC, maybe your state?
Oh well.
No, there are rumors.
I mean, going by
all that
put forward.
It is not an impossibility. You understand? Because politicians will think about the next election. They will think about their interest. Nobody was born into PDP, So when PDP is beginning to look like a dead horse that cannot take you to anywhere, people will dump it for a viable and energetic horse. That's just it. So when it gets to that junction, there is nobody that cannot leave the PDP. If Atiku can leave PDP, if Obi can leave PDP, there is nobody that cannot leave PDP. That's just the truth.
My last question on this, and